Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I know. It's it is that rare time where I am actually up and about, and I've got enough energy to where I want to do this now. Um, I hope everybody's doing okay this really soggy, nasty, cold Sunday. Did you guys see the snow this morning? That shit was cool. Yeah. It's always nice to see snow in March. One more time before the spring really hits, because once the spring really fucking hits, we've got bugs everywhere, and that means I need to start being more careful about making sure Gomi is medicated. Yes, buddy, you're getting your medication tonight. You're getting your medication tonight. That's gonna happen. Everybody, say hi to Gomi. He's actually, up and about as well. Good boy. Got him from I guess it was a rescue. They adopt kittens from the shelter and board them until they find owners. I found him sitting on the banister, and he was just minding his own business, and yeah. So this guy. He's yeah, there he goes. He's new to sitting up on this perch. They rarely ever used it before. But I'm pleased that he's finally using the cat perch. It's that's what I got it for. It's boy. Alright, so as is tradition, we shall have the firing of the dabs. If I'm lucky, I'll have to cut the stream short because deliveries will be coming through. But until then, we've got a schedule. Nightmind has a video on Japan's unbelievable online horror anthology. We're going to take a look at that, and then some Unreal Engine 5 games that are coming out this year, whether they've already fallen flat or they're still in development, or we're still trying to see if they're real or not. Some of those games out there. It is kind of weird that there is such a thing as fraud in gaming, where you can be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make a game. It's coming. We're keep throwing us the money," and all of a sudden there's no game and nothing, and nobody has any answers. But that's the nature of business in general. I guess it was always gonna catch up to the gaming industry. And it's been bleeding in for a very long time. In fact, it's a shame. But I mean, it's a business like anything else. Apparently, a bright comet is heading towards Earth and could outshine the stars in the sky. Well, hey, that'd be cool. By the way, this is Total Eclipse. Check out his channel. Good music. Common fair use license, or whatever the fuck it is. It's free for content users to use, and it rather puts my brain at ease when I'm doing these things. Alright. Just finished my 21-hour sprint through the last part of my work week. I work 10 on Friday and 11 on Saturdays usually, because I'm a manager, and we almost made like $2,000 or something yesterday. It was a good day. We're a small shop, so when we can get that kind of business, that's cool. Thank you very much to our community for giving us your custom. We appreciate it very much. If you haven't seen any of my shorts, I work at Tobacco Home in Dale City. I'm a manager there, and I really enjoy my job. I have some of the best customers that I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. Met the love of my life there. I've made great strides despite some setbacks and some sobering facts about business and how you have to watch out for everyone. Watch your finances because nobody else is going to. I mean, there's always exceptions. You know, like my landlord, she's my accountant. She's a really good lady, and she's usually on top of her stuff. So that's an exception. But it's rarely ever the standard or the rule. So always watch your money. Always make sure your shit is in top shape, in order, everything, because no one else cares. At least not until it affects them personally. But barring that, if you're working for a business, especially if you actually, despite its flaws, care about the health and well-being of that business, it does you no good to poison the well, or in a more visceral manner, there's no good in you poisoning the organism that you're already a part of and pays your rent or salary or whatever. In case like they need to go down, I guess that's one thing, but being petty is different, especially if you end up getting what's due to you. I mean, if you don't get what's due to you, if people are actively fucking you, and do something about it. But the onus is on you to do that. But other than that, you want the place you work at to succeed. You want them to make money because they make you money. It's a little bit easier in my position where, it's me and my boss. The totem pole isn't very complicated in my situation, but it's the same thing. You generate money, and that money pays you. If the business doesn't have the money, even if they, it's the way of things. If you're not happy at your job, that's different. If you're not happy, then you leave and you go find something that is not only financially fulfilling for you, but also doesn't do you mental harm while you're there. I don't mean, oh, you have a difficult job, or it's physically demanding, or anything like that. Like, if it's an unhealthy atmosphere, if they're actively out to do you harm, then you need to go, and maybe you should fucking let people know what goes on at that job. You owe them nothing. You do the work for them. The other way around. Except for the fact that they pay your fucking paycheck. So if you're not doing your job, then they've got the right to, especially in Virginia, they've got the right to fucking just fucking like poof, you're gone. But if you are doing your job right, and you suspect that your employer is not on the level, go to an authority that knows what the fuck they're talking about. Take your paperwork. Always get your paperwork. Take your paperwork to an accountant, or like an advisor, or a lawyer if you have to. But definitely do your due diligence, because no one else is. Personal experience. But but other than that, like, you are part of an organism that is designed to make money. That's what they do. That's what a business does. There's a clear difference between providing the product that you are advertising and not doing so, and giving the product that you are advertising and everything, and yes, then you should be paid for the product that you provide. Like, it's a service, it's a good, especially when we're consumers. It's part of the nature of the beast. So, don't go actively trying to be counterproductive at your job, unless this is what's it that they call it, where you're doing exactly what your job is and no more, and it's you're not doing anything, you're not going above and beyond for them at any point. That I do support if there is warrant and cause for it. Don't just be a jerk. Don't be like, oh, I don't make enough. They told you what your pay was. There is a labor board. You have recourse, and once again, it's on you to understand your rights as a worker and what you are entitled to. For instance, here in Virginia, we're not entitled to a lunch break. We're entitled to 2 15-minute breaks if we work over a certain period of time, or a certain amount of hours. But you are not entitled to a lunch break. And it sounds like bullshit, and it really is bullshit. But those are them laws, and this is a right to work state. So it's one of the bad things. That's why I think I see a lot of individual small business owners in Virginia, because it makes more sense when you don't have a payroll to take care of, or if you do, it's a small payroll and you can control more of your sphere. But I mean, running a business is hard. Maintaining a business is hard. Maintaining employees is hard. But if you want them to be successful in your business, you need to treat your employees with respect, and you need to pay them to be able to afford to live. Like, you can't just pay one to, like, especially, and I know the fuck you're out there where you pay them just enough to make sure that they can't fucking afford to leave your business without cutting their own throat. I know who you are. You're out there, buddy. I mean, usually karma takes care of those people anyway, and they don't usually last long because the like if you're in a high labor job, like there's only so much that people are willing to stand for little compensation. I mean, hell, I used to work in the car wash industry, and at least here in Virginia, there's like, you either get like a really good business owner that knows the value of paying their employees well for their 10 to 12 hours of work, like constant work, not we got a customer. No, like we have 700 customers a day in the high season, and we need to service all these customers, and you need to be able to keep up with how many cars are coming through, vacuuming, windows, tires, washing, deep cleaning, all of that. And these places will take advantage of young people because they're hungry, and as young people, you can handle the workload, like the actual physical labor. If you need to lose weight, that's a really fucking good place to go. You just got to be able to handle the abuse that goes with it, the mental abuse, at the actual high volume and speed at which you need to operate all the time. I'm not saying it's a terrible job, but it's a very hard job to maintain enthusiasm for. And there are a lot of jobs like this. Doesn't have to be a car wash industry where like that high turnout either leaves the employer very bitter about things, or the employees very bitter about the whole fucking experience. Treat your employees with respect. Pay them what they're worth, and they're more likely to be loyal. Like, and you want loyalty in business, especially small business. You don't want to have to train somebody completely every time somebody quits because of bullshit. And what happens when you had that one person who like was generally able to put up with all your shit, did his job well, knew your business, and like all of a sudden he is gone, and now like you lack a vital part of your business. Like, you find your good employees, make sure you hold on to them. They're looking for a long time position too. It's a pain in the ass to have to go out and get a new job and learn all this stuff over again in a new fucking fashion, and it's all different, and you got to make new friends, and you've got to fucking like, you've just got to like, it's like starting all over again. Treat your employers well. That's all I gotta say, man. If you do, it works out. If you don't, it usually really fucking hurts when you get bitten in the ass for being a scumbag. Okay. So, let's get into this first video by Nightmind. He's also one of the ones I frequent. Go over to his stuff. Pretty good. Let's see if we can go here real quick and look at all his stuff. He's got lots. He's got lots. Yeah. So Back we go. Back I say. Whoosh.
You know what it's like to sit in the dark and watch something alien. To wrap yourself in the night and the emptiness around you, and indulge in media that takes you further from the reality you know. To have a secret, a discovery of that which should not be known, and yet...
One of my other hats.
I believe you do know what that's like. You're here.
I am a hat man.
In the Night Mind office.
I'm a hat man.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
You
You know that song? Oh yeah.
Tonight, I wish to introduce you to a pocket of YouTube that has consistently opened a door to the mental and emotional space between early night and dawn. It comes from Japan, labeled under a single letter, Q. After discovering the footage in its catalog, I knew this, above all else, was how I needed to start the year. A found footage archive, so simple in its appearance and presentation, but startlingly effective, enchanting, and potent in procuring the conditions for that delightfully alien atmosphere we all search for late in the night. Before we get into it, however, I must warn you, some of these entries are quite audio-heavy, emphasizing a need to listen. In order to assist us with our experience, our friends at Raycon are here to sponsor the dive. Whether you enjoy listening through a pair of everyday earbuds, low-latency headphones, or...
Next week when I get paid, I'm gonna, I've been using my cousin's wireless headphones because, like, I didn't have Bluetooth wireless in my computer until just recently. But next week I'm gonna go and get myself some nice earbuds. I've had Raycon before. They were really nice until, like, sweat got into one of them, I guess, or rainwater or something, and it shorted it the fuck out. They were really nice when I had them, though, and I do miss them. So maybe I will go back to Raycon. I'm not sure, but definitely next week when I get paid, I'm gonna order some new headphones. I've got something else to get. I gotta get another HDMI cable for my cable box. Oh yeah, and I gotta go and get an Xbox controller. Let's see if there's any deals going on at the GameStop. Yeah.
A speaker with a battery to last you through a whole night of dark journeys. Raycon has you covered, with rich audio starting at half the price of other premium audio brands. I've been utilizing Raycon's everyday earbuds for years, throughout all seasons. Shoveling snow in the winter, exploring the re-emergence of the world during spring, exercising during summer, and conducting my all-important October work during autumn.
Just to be clear, the Raycon earbuds were really good until they shorted out. So I don't hold that against Raycon. I was during my days of working at one of the car washes. And I walk to work every day, so, like, I mean, it was bound to happen. I think next time I will go for the sport ones that take a little bit more wear and tear.
The deep bass is perfect for my kind of music, because I need it to be loud and strong, and work instantly. I've said it before and I'll say it again. No wireless device has ever paired with my phone as quickly and easily as everyday earbuds. And because the carrying case is also the charging device, it's always been my most convenient sound solution. Pair that with its noise isolation mode and ease of pausing just by tapping the side of an earbud, and you've got a soundtrack you can immerse yourself in and stop whenever you need to. Ready to buy something small with a big impact? Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/nightmind to get 15% off your Raycon purchase. There's a whole array of solutions waiting for you in a variety of color options. Again, just click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/nightmind to get 15% off your Raycon purchase. Thanks again to Raycon for sponsoring tonight's journey and the offer for Nightmind viewers. Now, please make sure you're settled. If you're like me and have been looking for something akin to our usual material out of Japan, you're going to enjoy this.
Excellent.
It's very clear that the official title of this series of media horrors is just Q. But out of the unfortunate need to separate itself from any forms of confusion regarding its title and presentation, the channel name is Fake Documentary Q on YouTube. All videos are uploaded with English subtitles, and the catalog has been building since August 21st, 2021. Q can best be described as a found media horror anthology from Japan. All the uploads are contained stories, and I say found media instead of found footage because it truly ranges from analog horror to digital media tales. As of this time, 16 episodes have been uploaded, and yes, there is a constantly updated official playlist, which I will also have in the video description, so you can sit down and just let the entire experience run in a marathon. Date night idea for Nightmare viewers? I heavily endorse it. Due to the nature of this project, I'm taking a different approach at this point than I normally would. As always, I advise you to go watch it all yourself before continuing with my video, but not because I'm going to dissect it all. No, not this time. This isn't for me to tear open from beginning to end and point out the guts on. This is for you to engage with, on your own, as much as you're able to. Some of the subject matter may make you wish there was a trigger warning, though having watched all of it so far, the only one I consider worth a warning is Plan C, which is audio-based, but does concern the topic of prematurely ending one's incarnation in the flesh. So, if that subject doesn't sit well in your stomach, simply skip over it. All the rest, though, delicious Japanese horror sensibilities as you know them, with wonderful surprises and formatting. And as for the rest of this video, well, for those of you who haven't gone off already to enjoy this discovery and send some love to our fellow scare aficionados in Japan, I'm going to spend some time convincing you with a few uploads, and lavishing them with praise, because, come on, you know me by now. The collection begins with the entry, Cursed Video. Is there a more classic modern story we acquaint with J-horror than the evil videotape? I don't think so. From the start, we're told, what you are about to see is an archive footage from a certain TV production company. A cameraman and director discuss their approach for going on a filming venture. It's explained that they both work for a TV program in which crews investigate viewer requests. This time, the show was challenged to confirm the details of a rumor posted on an internet forum. Has anybody rented at this a video that's supposed to kill you when you watch it? The name of the store is given but censored. The video in question wasn't given. The last entry on the forum was in 2009, and no other information had come up since then. Could the video still be found? Upon showing up to the location, the crew found the store was in the process of closing permanently. They did manage to find the old VHS section, but nothing was coming across as the right material. Asking around seemed to be the only course of action. The employee at the cashier desk didn't know anything, but assumed the manager would. Everything we witness is from the covert camera view, and the feeling of walking around like this touches on all the right senses of browsing a crowded video store, mixed with the isolating feelings of a building in the process of emptying out. The duo returned to the store later to speak to the manager, with a cameraman lagging behind to secretly record while the director secures their position. The manager agrees to let them film, and to investigate the remaining VHS tapes in the store for the allegedly killer video. This is the one, the manager later says, and we're given a close-up with details by the narrator. It was a really old horror film. Written by hand, it says it will kill you if you watch it. The manager asks the director if he wants to play the tape. Will it kill us? He asks. The manager almost laughs, saying, only one way to find out. So what do? Well, they don't leave us in suspense, that's for sure. The director and manager inquire about what they're seeing, and come to a consensus that they must be funeral photographs. These pictures keep coming back, interrupting the regular flow of the film. Once it returns, the manager notes that he wrote this down on his recommended list in the store because of the sequence they're watching, but doesn't elaborate his reasons. He explains that the rumor began when junior high kids began renting it. He didn't understand the appeal of this one obscure title until that started, and asked about why it had become popular. One of the kids told him it kills those who watch it. There was only one photograph of a deceased person at first, he says. But then, it grew to 4. Someone found it funny to keep adding these photographs, he theorizes. As for the writing on the box, the manager himself put it there, due to the popularity of the legend. Enough people began stopping in to ask about it, so, being a businessman, he labeled it accordingly.
Yeah.
As for it killing people, the manager jokes that everyone who watches it is going to die eventually, from something,
Yeah.
just like everybody else. With that mystery solved, the investigators get back into the car. In the end, it was like a little prank, the director said, but it could be interesting. As for the broadcast, it never occurred. In fact, a new twist came in the story. It wasn't a documentary effort at all. It was a mockumentary. Except, a few days before the broadcast, the director was in an accident. He died from a skull fracture. In addition, the cameraman also died from heart failure. He was only in his 30s. The producer decided to shelve the episode. What follows, as explained by the narrator, is extra footage of the director buying the tape. It was later found in company storage, along with the footage of its purchase. If this had all been a mockumentary, why go to the lengths to hide this? Wouldn't the tape have been a production of the company itself for the mockumentary? The narrator introduces the contents of the tape, which was Supernatural Experience, Episode 1, Grudge of a Doll, and claims to be dramatizing a true story. It goes through the section with the inserted photographs, showing 4. The narrator repeats that the production company insisted this was a mockumentary. The episode ends with conversation between the director and cameraman. The store manager said there are 4 photographs, but I only counted 3, the cameraman says. The director double-checks with him on his claim as they drive, and the cameraman repeats that he only counted 3. I see, says the director, trailing off. And there it ends, like all episodes of the Q Anthology do, leaving you in a place that's just a bit cold and questioning. There are quite a few other uploads, all of them their own journeys, and I don't like the idea of spoiling any of them, especially my favorites, and the stuff that feels like things we've covered that you're going to be happily surprised by. Because yes, there is internet horror and an episode with elements of the recent subgenre of analog horror. But let me give you one more taste. Flower Offering is episode 9, and has a similar setup to the first. There's a TV show centered around ordinary people, taking its cues from there. The interviewer and cameraman are at a mall, asking people on the street about any complaints in their current life situation. They mention very common things. Not having gone on any trips lately, gaining weight, something in the house not working like it should, wanting more money. And then one man says, "Someone places flowers in front of my room, by the front door. I have no idea who's doing it." That sticks out, doesn't it? A strange ritual of flower offerings to someone who doesn't know the giver. The TV crew decides to follow this man's problem for their episode lead. Mr. S, the individual, is living in an apartment in the downtown area while away from his family on some extended business. He shows the door, and a handwritten sign is very visible telling the visitor with flowers to stop leaving them. He will call the police. He's been in the apartment for 3 months, and every week, once a week, he's found the flowers. The last offering is still in the apartment. He hands them to the interviewer, who immediately remarks, "The kind you offer at a grave." Mr. S demonstrates how the flowers are positioned when he finds them, and after pondering the strangeness of the situation, the interviewer and cameraman begin discussing lines of inquiry. They could go to the local flower shops and ask if there are any repeat customers buying flowers like these, but before deciding upon that, the interviewer realizes there's something odd about the wrapping used to hold the flowers together at the base. Under the plastic and the elastic bands, there are papers. Long, wrapped papers.
What the heck?
As she takes them off, we begin to realize they're coiled up strips. A closer examination reveals they're from a photo.
Oh, shit.
Someone has shredded a photo and used the strips to wrap the flowers. Mr. S is stunned and joins the effort to piece the photo together. They have a photo of what appears to be a family, with one member's face rubbed away. How many bunches of flowers has Mr. S received and thrown away with photos like this hidden inside? The TV crew decides to buy Mr. S a camera setup for just outside the apartment. 2 weeks later, they're reviewing footage and watch a clip of a resident from the upper floor holding some bags clearly stop and examine the setup before moving on. The apartment complex was sent a copy of the photo in the last flower offering. They claim not to know the identity of anybody in it either. With no other footage worthy of note, no leads, and no repeated flower drop-offs, the crew decides to end their investigation and go to inform Mr. S. They tell him they've received no leads and believe the camera setup has sufficiently scared off the flower giver. He's thankful for their help and appreciates that he can keep the camera on behalf of the production company.
Cool.
They say goodbye and miss the form of someone or something lurking in the back room. Out on the street, they stop to turn around and wave at Mr. S. And again, they fail to catch a visitor inside the apartment that Mr. S doesn't perceive either. The team reports that since then, no flower had been placed at the front door. But shortly after, Mr. S left the apartment. And that is just 2 uploads. I didn't even share the best ones. Some of the uploads are clearly more involved in their creation, and some are, very simply, someone with a camera going out and doing things that were free or cheap and producing great results. Q is more than a late night.
Some people can do a lot with fucking video, with just random video.
So much of the strength of online horror creation is that you
I'm not
don't
there
need
yet.
anything more than a camera, a video program, an idea, and careful execution to produce great results. It doesn't even matter if it's just your smartphone. I could find an actor, a setting, establish a date and time, and go direct them on an experience they can on their smartphone right now and make something. You don't need a big budget or expensive equipment. You just need to think and use initiative. And often, when you do that, you create an experience that resonates with people and sticks with them more than some pieces that have a $2,000 price tag involved or more. For quite a while now, all I've wanted to see come into my leads is something this simple. A person,
Dude,
camera,
go on,
a
man.
scenario that is scary or becomes scary, and an aura of reality that leads us into a corner of the world seldom explored, but deliciously frightful and wonderfully alien. Brass tacks,
You're
found footage,
1
intimate
out of
horror
3.
goodness. Q is bringing that in spades and is continuing to upload. Set aside some time for yourself. Plan a meal.
That wasn't even
a
Gomi.
date
Who
night,
was
a
eating?
U night, whatever. Bring up fake documentary Q on YouTube, go to the playlist, hit play all, and enjoy the journey. If you've been missing the wonder of scenarios and creative experiences like these, you will get them back. This is what we've been missing.
One of my cats
And for those
is
looking
a
for
fat ass,
inspiration,
and he
open
has
up and take notes, because you're going to feel energized before you're done with the playlist. I certainly did.
he'll
That's
eat
all
his
for tonight,
bowl
everyone.
and then fucking
Sometimes
like
we
start
dive in deep and examine
stalking
everything in
the
front of
other
us,
bowl.
and sometimes the
Because I
best
have,
thing I can do for you
my
is
cat.
show you the entrance to a journey. This is one of those nights, and I do hope you'll come back here to leave a comment on your experience with the Q Anthology. Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video. Thanks to everyone involved in the making of Q episodes. Thanks to all of you for watching, and thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon who have waited patiently
I just have
while I
to
look around
gently
for the content to start
remind
the year
him
off
that he
right.
has his own
If
bowl
you'd
and
like
it's
to
his
support
fault
Nightmind,
if he
you can do so
fucking
for
like
as little as just
eats
$2 a month,
all
which
of
gets your
it
name in the
and
credits of all major
I don't
videos
know.
and allows you into the Patreon community with our Discord. This also supports the Nightmind Index for new and emerging unfiction.
And I'll remind you that I have seen what they recommend cats should have when they get fed. And he needs to lose weight anyway, just like I do. So, portion control, buddy. Portion control. That's what we got to do.
projects. And if you can't do Patreon, you might have noticed the new thanks button below my videos. You can donate a personal thanks to me directly this way, and your comment will show up with a special tag. So, if you enjoy what I do, or particularly enjoy this episode and want to say thanks that way, you can do so. I greatly appreciate it. Finally, I've done the thing a lot of you have asked me to do for a while. I've begun streaming on Twitch. Recently, I've covered the analog horror special Winter of '83 live, and we've picked up our playthrough of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines from last spring.
Yeah, I think we've covered Winter of '83 earlier in my history. So if you're interested in that, go check it out or go to Nightmind's page and yeah, it's there. It's really good.
Follow me over there at neck_nocturne for notifications and such, because I don't have a schedule yet, so we're going by mood until I am more settled.
Yeah, that's me too. I have a schedule up that I was gonna try follow when I put it up there, but my work schedule has changed and energy level same. Yeah, what he said, man. Like that shit's based on mood. It just is.
It'll be a lot of fun to have you with us. Thanks for joining me in the dark again this evening. Once more, I'm Nick Nocturne, and I'll be seeing you again real soon. Enjoy
Have a good
your
one, buddy.
time with the Q playlist. Remember to subscribe to them for more in the future, and sleep tight.
Oh fuck! I didn't even have that. Well, at least you got the audio. That was a big fail. Yeah, it's how absent-minded I am right now. I didn't even have the TV room on. That's my bad, guys. So let's just
Pair that with its noise isolation marathon. Date night
I'll just
idea
take you
for
through.
Night Live viewers? I heavily endorse. This time, the show was challenged to confirm the details of a rumor posted on an internet forum. Has anybody
That's
hinted
my
at
fault.
this? A video that's supposed to kill you when you
I'm
watch
out
it?
of it.
The name of the story is given, but censored.
It's
The
much
video
earlier than I
question
would like
wasn't
to.
given. The last entry on the forum was in
Stream.
2009, and no other information had come up since then. Could the video still be found?
I usually don't even like talking to people on Sundays because it's my day to just decompress. But I have goals and I have things to do. So here we are. And I apologize. You've just been talking and listening to audio, which is not bad. I mean, it gives you something to think about. But we're gonna watch some of it.
The crew found the store was in the process of closing permanently. They did manage to find the old VHS section, but nothing was coming across as the right material. Asking around seemed to be the only course of action.
Yeah, so that's when he's talking about the videotape.
Someone found it funny to keep adding these photographs. Ethan goes through the section with the inserted photographs, showing 4.
And here's the flower offering guy. When they find the picture.
There are papers, long wrapped papers. As she takes them off, we begin to realize they're coiled up strips. A closer examination reveals they're from a photo. Someone has shredded a photo and used the strips to wrap the flowers. Mr. S is stunned and joins the effort to piece the photo together. They have a photo of what appears to be
there's the photo.
With one member's face match a visitor inside the apartment that
and
Mr. S
the visitor behind him.
The team reports
and
that
there was another one.
That he can keep the camera on behalf of the production company. They say goodbye and miss the form of someone or something
right
lurking
there.
in the back.
That's the thing. I was like, oh shit.
Out on the street, they stop
So
an experience that resonates with people and sticks with them more than some pieces that had a $2,000 price tag involved or more. For quite a while now, all I've wanted to see come into my leads is something this simple. A person, a camera, a scenario that is scary or becomes scary, and an aura of reality that leads us into a corner of the world seldom explored, but deliciously frightful and wonderfully alien. Brass tacks found footage internet horror goodness. Q is bringing that in spades and is continuing.
so shit.
Set aside some time for yourself. Plan a meal, a date night, a U-night, whatever.
So if you're interested, go look at the Q. It's a full thing.
Hit play all and enjoy the journey. If you've been missing the wonder of scenarios and creative experiences like these, you will get them back. This is what we've been missing. And for those looking for inspiration, open up and take notes.
Night Mind, make sure you subscribe, like,
you're done with the
all that kind of good stuff.
I certainly did.
So now, before we did that, and because I fucking goofed the fuck up, I want to clear the air. Let's do a dab. And we're going to look at new Unreal Engine 5 games like Fallout coming out in 2023. So yeah, we're gonna look at that. And after that, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be on here for a little while. I think my cousin has to work tonight, so hopefully things will just be nice and quiet, and we can continue to stream, and I won't be going anywhere. So yay. I have everything I need anyway. No, I'll do a separate little video. Actually, I'll do a video on that subject here in a while. Make sure you get your hands on these guys right here. California gas, 5 gram disposable, USB charge, voltage settings, preheat settings. Comes in several flavors. If you're in Virginia, in the Dale City area, actually, like yeah, they, ask your retailer about them. If you don't have them, they're really good. And next time I will be, well, actually, no, I have it right here. So we've also got Mr. Gas. These are 3 gram disposables, also with USB charge, USB-C charge, preheat settings. I believe it has voltage settings as well. These are very good. Ask your retailer about them, or you could come and visit our shop. We're at 4271 Cheshire Station Plaza in Dale City, Virginia, right next to the ABC store. And because we're in the middle of a battlefield where I'm at, we're very competitively priced on everything in the area. So I'm sure you'll be able to find something from our shop. I'm there a lot of the times. I am a customer service oriented fellow. So if you have questions about batteries, bongs, vapes, flour, like I'm not a bit as big a blunt roller or a J roller as I used to be back in the day. I prefer glass, and I'm more of a dab guy, but I still have plenty of knowledge about a fair few things. So come and see us. Again, that's Tobacco Home. And hey man, gotta promote your business. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Oh yeah, and yeah, I can hit both on screen. So this is the 3 gram disposable press and pull. This one is this is a strain called 24 karat. My current favorite. It's a hybrid. Very tasty. And these are THCP distillate. This one and they come with caps. This one is a live resin. This is Purple Punch. Oh, that's an idea. I wonder if I could do it without killing myself. So, you all remember Dab and Granny before she went off the fucking handle and fucking committed all kinds of fucking career self-immolation as far as YouTube and everything, social media goes, and I guess in a lot of other areas too in her personal life. That well, maybe she don't care, but I don't know. She was pretty cool until she started dropping fucking N-bombs everywhere, and that's some bullshit. But before she started doing that, she was doing this thing where she would fuck. I think she was like taking a drink, smoking a joint, hitting a bowl, hitting the dab pen, and then hitting the fucking the dab rig before she. Oh yeah, she would do a shot before she fucking blew everything out. I couldn't do that without puking all over both my monitors, but I can probably try to do at least a halfway, because I'm not doing the shot. I'm not a drinker. This leprechaun is green only. Oh, Jameson's okay on occasion, and I do like my Guinness. I was at BJ's Family Restaurant a while back, and I had a uh, tall redhead. Is what? Yeah, that's what it is. A tall redhead, where it's a black and tan, but made with uh-oh. Hey, sir, how you doing? Okay, so it's a black and tan made with Guinness and a red ale instead of a regular ale. Yeah, he's asleep, and it's called a tall redhead. But hey, guys, I'm gonna have to come back. I shall be on probably about 45 minutes to an hour. I'll be back on, and we'll watch this, and we will get into the System Shock demo. So sorry about the interruption, guys, but life.